Hi everybody, it's Colin here from Woodthorp International. Well, not a lot has gone on this week. In fact, you would say nothing's gone on, except that I've run some trains when I've had time. I'm just very busy at the moment, so not a lot's got done to it, but there's been a few updates. And I thought last week I put a couple of 37s on, and a few people had mentioned, oh, it's great to see some 37s. And I thought I'll just show a bit of history of my layout and a train I bought many, many years ago. And that was this one. Put some light on. And I got this after 4 months of being back into the hobby about 14 years ago. And I got it from the Wally show. And this was my first sound loco. In fact, it was only my possibly third loco. My second diesel. I had a steam engine to start my first engine. But it was nearly the one loco what put me off sound. And I used to use NCE power cab. And it was quite fiddly going through the different buttons. You just couldn't press a button on some of them. The first 9 you could, but after that you had to press another number or another button to make the other numbers come up and then back again. And it's not as convenient as today with some of the controllers we have. But why I also say about sound, 14 years ago, they even had to take the cabs out at both ends to get stuff in. So you can see how far it's gone on since those days, even just 14 years ago. But the sound was quite poor. It was amazing that a little N gauge had sound in, and this is the sound. Don't get me wrong, it is pretty impressive, and it still had the lights on, but no cab. They're in the box, the actual plastic insert they have for them. But there wasn't a great deal of stuff. That's a brake. There are some sounds on it, but what put me off was the running sound. So let's get it to go. That bit was good. It possibly doesn't even sound perfect to a 37, but that's it. That's the noise you get all the time. You can quieten it down if you start to slow down. And this one also, every time you went down a notch, you can hear the brake. But, for 14 years ago, it was pretty impressive. So that was my first sound loco, and it still goes as well. I don't run it that often. If I do run it, I don't run it with sound. And it still runs great, and that hasn't been run for, well, I'd hate to think when that last ran. I would say it'd be a good 6-7 years ago since that's been out of the box. I did have to give it a little push to get it going, but once it got going, that was it, and I've had no problem over half an hour of having a play with it. But I'll show you now a more modern 37. So this is a more up-to-date sound loco. I've had this for about 3 to 4 years. Does run very nice, but the sounds are different. Yeah. Again, there's loads of sounds. I'm not going to go through them, but just the running of it is so much better in sound. It even sounds like a 37. And I grew up with a 37 as a child and a teenager. And like I say, that other one, not convinced at all. But at the time, it was good. Sorry if you can hear rain. I can't do out about stopping the rain, but if you can hear it, I do apologise. Right, there's one other thing I've done from last week, which I said I was going to do, and that is to put the extra 2 lights in. That's that one there. So it's a consistent light all the way down until that furthest one down there. Well, we have a parcel. Good service. Ordered it yesterday, come today, which is excellent. I could have paid £1 less to get it tomorrow, but for the sake of £1, I paid the extra to get it a day earlier. I'm excited for this. It's not very exciting for... It's not a train or anything like that. But what it is some more loady. And that's the replacement what I used on this track here, going up there to reverse it. That's to go back over here and connect up there to make that Y work again. And then I got 2 of the block detector units, which is good. Because if I take you around here to the hoard of wires, because as I've said, half of the Japan is on a bus and the other half is in blocks. So all this wiring down here, there's 21 sets of droppers, which add up to 21 blocks. And I've got enough to do 16 blocks there. So that will help tidy that up. It'll power the track better because it won't be over a greater distance. It'll only be over 2 meters at the most per block. So the power distribution will be better. So that's all I've got for you. So I hope there was a bit of excitement in it. Nice to see the 37s running. So hit the like and leave a comment please, and subscribe. Very grateful, and I will speak to you all next week. So bye for now. Bye.